This is the Giants Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Francisco Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Locked On Giants Postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E. Engel. You may know me as the former producer for the Murph and Mac Morning Show on KMBR, or maybe from some of these other Locked On Sports postcasts we do. We also do the Locked On Warriors and Locked On 49ers postcast as well. And again, the Giants today, they lose to the Pirates despite carrying a lead into the bottom of the ninth inning. Final score 5-4, and the Giants are winless in 4 tries against the Pirates this year. Former San Francisco Giants prospect and top pick Joey Bart, the anointed Buster Posey replacement, delivered the game-tying base hit for the Pittsburgh Pirates in the bottom of the ninth before the winning run scored on a ground ball to first base. This is awful. Like, rip your heart out awful right now stuff from the San Francisco Giants. Justin Verlander continued to pitch well in this one, however, giving up no earned runs through 5 innings of work. This is the 3rd consecutive start of at least 5 innings and 1 or fewer earned runs for Justin Verlander. Is he back? Still, the Giants continue to find ways to lose games. We'll break it all down, but first, I want to thank all of you for watching us on the Locked On Giants YouTube channel. Please, if you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. Thanks also for listening on the Locked On Giants podcast feed. However you're tuning in, we appreciate it. And make sure to check out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. We will be continuing along. Ben did his farewell show last Friday, so I have not seen if Locked On has announced who it's going to be yet, and I'm not going to spill the beans before they do. So make sure you're checking out the Locked On Giants Daily Show for more in-depth coverage. Whoever it is, it will be a great show, and we'll bring you everything you need to know as far as the daily stuff goes, but which is kind of the bigger picture, what you're looking at right now. That's what you're getting for that show, and honestly, that's kind of what you're interested in with this team right now. Not that we don't get into that, because we absolutely do, but the day-to-day, just the nitty-gritty of what the Giants are doing game to game, like minutia-wise, this is just so painful to watch. And it was like the fun kind of torture at the beginning of the season, right? Like the Giants were continuing to win games, at least in just really painful fashion. Now it's just pain without any win at the end of the pain. So now it's just pure pain. And the Giants, this is what it's going to be the rest of the year. I mean, they sold at the trade deadline. We kind of knew what this was going to be. The back end of the bullpen, not nearly as secure as it once was. And I have been beating the drum for Randy Rodriguez all season long. And I still do think that he is going to be just fine as a closer. He kind of got hosed in this one a little bit in that 9th inning. Let's get right to that moment. Today's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And the really frustrating part of this one, for me at least, is Randy Rodriguez. He just strikes out Brian Reynolds. He's got a runner on first, and so he's got 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's got 2 strikes on Jack Sawinski. And the 3rd pitch of that at-bat, I mean, granted, the first pitch that was called a strike was absolutely not a strike. It wasn't even really that close. It should not have been a strike. The second pitch was a called strike, and that one was clipping the bottom of the zone for a strike if you're looking at the StatCast. And the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, though, clips the outside corner, or the inside corner, rather, and it should have been strike 3. It was a slider, a back foot slider that was perfectly executed, and it was in there for strike 3, and it was called a ball. Now, Randy Rodriguez has, a couple more opportunities, throws a couple more sliders. Sawinski fouls both of them off, and then Randy tries to come back with that four-seam fastball and hits Sawinski on the elbow, on his left elbow. And so now you got runners at first and second with the tying run in scoring position and only 1 out. And up comes Joey Bart. And this is not the first time that Joey Bart has delivered a painful hit late in the game against the Giants this year. And this has got to be the most painful way for the Giants to lose a game, is a guy like Joey Bart, who this organization just did an absolute disservice to in the way that they tried to develop him by rushing him to the big leagues, putting all that pressure on him as the Buster Posey, heir apparent, and never giving him any of the tools or proper training to prepare him for that situation. I also think that just the environment that he had to deal with in baseball, being a rookie during the COVID season, all that kind of stuff, put Joey Bart's development back exponentially. But I'm happy to see him, having an okay year out there in Pittsburgh. I just wish that it would have been with the Giants, man. I really do wish this guy would have worked out. I think that his physical tools are undeniable. He has every single aspect of a great hitter that you could want. He's just got to put it all together mentally, and it looks like he's starting to have some good at bats for the Pirates, just like he did today, because he battled against Randy Rodriguez in this at-bat, seven pitches in this one. And on that seventh pitch of his at-bat, after 4 foul balls, he flips one just over the shortstop into left center field, and the tying run scores. Then Kenner Falefa grounds one to first base, and the runner scores from third. That little slow roller was just slow enough to prevent the play from being made, to prevent Devers from making that play at home. So Giants lose this one 5-4 against the Pirates, and man, does it feel bad right now to be a Giants fan. I was saw right as the show was starting that my guy Jerry said, I was hoping the Giants might be on a roll after winning this game. And Jerry, it's desperate times if we're calling 2 games in a row a roll for the Giants right now. And that's about, kind of indicative of the state of the franchise. 2 wins in a row for this franchise right now. If for this Giants team, that is being on a roll with how things have gone. So at least since the All-Star break. So for the Giants, I mean, this just the bad continues to get worse. I mean, they only have 4 wins post All-Star break. They somehow won that series against the Mets. I have no idea how they were able to pull that one out. That's absolutely shocking to me. Of course, the Giants would win their first game post trade deadline when they just sold off everybody. I did loosely pay attention to those games over the weekend. Of course, if you watch the show, you know that I told you last show that we did after the final game of the last Pirates series that I was not going to be doing those post games because I was at the Dead and Company's 60th anniversary for the Grateful Dead out at Golden Gate Park this last weekend. It was an absolute vibe. Spent some time with Paulie Mack, one of my mentors, as you guys well know, and a frequent flyer here on the Locked On Giants postcast. So that was always great. It's just a wonderful vibey weekend out there at Golden Gate Park. And I was hoping some of those vibes, some of those particles might emanate all the way from Golden Gate Park, all the way out to Pittsburgh. Because it seemed like over the weekend they were stretching out to New York, man. Like the Giants were somehow able to get those wins. And that's what I'm attributing those wins to, is the particles from the Dead and Company at Golden Gate Park over the weekend. But it appears that those particles have all run out for the Giants. I mean, this team, it's uninspiring. It's floundering. And I mean, I know that the bullpen is, relatively thin right now, considering you just got rid of virtually everybody that was, your 2 biggest leverage arms in the bullpen, Tyler Rogers and Camilo Doval. And then now, Spencer Bivens, he had a nice couple, or I guess 2 batters that he faced, 3 batters that he faced before getting pulled in this one in the 8th inning. Carson Seymour, he's had a rough go of it since he got called up, or in the couple times that he's been called up this year so far. He's got an ERA of 4.91, and he gave up a couple runs in this one. And the fact that you're having to use Carson Seymour in a situation like that, it's just a state of the state of the bullpen. It's reflective of all those arms leaving, and the Giants kind of just reaching for whatever they can get right now. And this is going to be how the rest of the season is going to go, in my opinion. There's no way that the Giants are going to be able to duplicate what the bullpen did in the first half if you don't have Camilo Doval and Tyler Rogers, especially Tyler Rogers this season. He could have been an all-star for the Giants. He was that good. And what they got in return for him trade-wise is indicative of that. I mean, I think they got an absolute haul back from the Mets. I think that's that they're in a good spot for next season. With that, you get 2 AAA prospects that are basically close to being ready or ready to go. You might see both of those guys before the end of this year. If not the end of this year, you'll definitely see them next season too. But ultimately, I do like what the Giants did at the trade deadline. I mean, you couldn't go into the second half of the season the way that things were going out of the All-Star break, thinking that this team should be buyers or should push for the playoffs. There was nothing that they've done since the All-Star break that gives you an indication that they should have been doing that. So I'm glad they sold on Rogers. I'm glad they sold on Doval. I wish they would have sold on Robbie Ray, because I don't think his value is ever going to be this high. And I don't think that you're going to really get the same thing from him next year. I'm not saying that Robbie Ray's a terrible pitcher and you should move on from him, or that he's going to be bad next season. Even I think he'll probably still be serviceable, but I don't think Robbie Ray is going to be all-star level left-handed pitcher next year for the Giants. I think that if you're selling a lefty arm down the stretch, and you could probably get an absolute just stockpile for him. I mean, you could refresh your entire minor league system by making that one trade. And I wish they would have done it. Maybe they tried and it just wasn't out there. But ultimately, I don't think you can really, other than the Robbie Ray thing, I don't think there's much else that you could have asked for the Giants to do at the trade deadline. Moving on from Mike Yastrzemski, of course, it was time. It was, Mike's been a great Giant. It's been fun watching Yaz through the years. One of the best, probably the single best Farhan find from that era. But it was time to move on from Yaz. I mean, you saw what he was in the box. One of the most inconsistent hitters on the Giants throughout his tenure here. I mean, he would have really hot stretches and then really cold stretches, but you had to move on and see what you got in these young guys. And I'm glad that we're getting to see Grant McCray now. I mean, I have been on the Grant McCray hype train for a while. I mean, I know he did strike out 3 times today and go 0 for 4, but dude just got up here this season. So let's give him some time to adapt at the plate before we judge him and what he's doing. Ultimately, this Giants team is just going to kind of middle around for the rest of the season. I will be surprised if they finished, I think 80, 81, 82 wins is an optimistic outlook for this team. That would be a tough to get to for the Giants, I think, this year. But the rest of their schedule, the rest of the season is not the toughest schedule in the world. But as you can see, the Giants continue to play down to their competition, losing today to the Pittsburgh Pirates 5-4. We got more to get into on the other side of the Locked On Giants postcast. Don't go anywhere. Got to get into what you'll be talking about after this one. Got to get you a player of the game and a few other notes from today's game. We got to break down Justin Verlander as well. He was pretty good. Is he back? Is he turning a corner? We'll talk about all that and more next on the Locked On Giants postcast. Today's show is brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and lime flavor of your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this one's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Let's be honest, some days on the course, on or off it, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. I know I needed some extra boosts all weekend out there seeing Dead & Company at Golden Gate Park. I needed all sorts of energy to keep going with the vibes and the dancing. And it's a marathon. Dead shows are a marathon, man. They are like 6 hours long. Like, you need all of the extra energy that you can get. And 5-Hour Energy helped carry me through this weekend out there at Golden Gate Park. It was my go-to all weekend long, and it was super helpful, helping me stay locked in on the Dead, focused and able to just enjoy all of the good vibes and great music. And it's also obviously great on the golf course. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. Of course, the grape ginger lime flavor gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without chasing down that bev cart. If you go to 5hourenergy.com, that's the number 5hourenergy.com, you can use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. The code is not good on subscription orders, whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36. Get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion flavored 5-Hour Energy shots today. And today's show is also sponsored by FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. And lately, I have been kind of looking at Jung-Hoo Lee, and he's quietly starting to heat up at the plate a little bit. I've been slowly putting some money on Jung-Hoo Lee for if his total bases is set at 0.5, I'm going over. If his line for singles is at 0.5, I'm going over, or for hits is at 0.5, I'm going over. So look for that Jung-Hoo Lee line. If it's below 1, if it's at 0.5 for total bases or base hits or anything like that, singles even, I would go with a Jung-Hoo Lee bet. He has been very, very good this year, or not this year, but recently in starting to turn his season around. He's batting over 300 in the last couple of weeks. So I've been kind of riding that lately, and I think he's going to continue to swing the bat well. I like his at-bats lately. I'm continuing to ride this bet with Jung-Hoo Lee. And if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. Welcome back to the Locked On Giants postcast. I'm your host, Eric Triple E Engel, and today the Giants, they bounced back, or they looked like they were going to bounce back against the Pirates and peel off a couple wins in a row, having 1-2 in New York in that Mets series that, they would have ended up winning 3 of their last 4 if they won today. And then instead, Joey Bart delivers the game-tying hit, and then the Pirates walk off the Giants. And now the Giants, a game below 500, 56-57. This team, frankly, just is not very good. And I see in the chat, my guy Juan Guzman asking, how is Randy going to be our closer? If he can't pitch back-to-back games, our manager even said that and still puts him out there. You're going to have to do it a little bit by committee, man. I mean, Randy Rodriguez is still a young arm, and that's important to note, is that this guy made his MLB debut last season. He's still going to ramp up his innings. He's still this is going to be his first full inning in the major, or his first full year in the major leagues, pitching a full innings worth of or a full season's worth of innings. I mean, this guy is going to have to continue to ramp up his stamina. You're seeing that velo dip just a little bit, and I think that's an effort for him to try and pitch more often. And I think that's going to be an adjustment that comes over time. But let's not give up on Randy Rodriguez already. Like, this is his first full season in the major leagues. It's easy to forget that with where this guy is right now. But I mean, with as dominant as he was in the first half of the season, he already moved the bar substantially higher for himself than it was before. So I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy. He's going to have to figure out how to pitch back-to-back days. That is absolutely certain. But I do think that he'll eventually figure it out, and that he'll be a pretty good closer for this Giants team. I envision him being the closer going forward. I think that he's got a lot of stuff that he can work with. I mean, that slider fastball combination is pretty devastating, especially with the velo that he's got for them. So I like Randy in that location, in that spot in the order, or in the bullpen, and I think that he's going to continue to improve on the back end of this bullpen, and he will be fine as the Giants closer going forward. But ultimately, the Giants, the only reason that they had a chance in this game, Justin Verlander, man, 5 innings. He only gave up 1 run that was unearned. He only gave up 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. A couple of errors for the Giants in this one that did not help out Justin Verlander today. Still, he gets it done. And I thought that he today, again, showed that he's been kind of turning a little bit of a corner lately. I mean, starting back to the 23rd of last month of July against the Braves, when the Giants won 9-3. And I mean, that was following he tossed 5 innings and didn't give up a run. He got pretty lucky a lot in that game because he walked 5 guys. He gave up a hit. He put guys on base all day long, but somehow did not get touched up too bad. He gave up a lot of fly balls, not very many groundouts, and somehow still managed to work out of things. But if you look at how things were going before Verlander, I mean, against Toronto, he gave up 4 earned runs on 4 hits. Against the Phillies, he only gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits, or on 7 hits. But I mean, he gave up. He's been giving up like 7 hits or 9 hits in pretty much every single game. He's given up at least 5 hits a game for the last 2 months prior to these last 3 starts, I should say. So against the Blue Jays, against the Phillies, against the A's, against the White Sox, and against the Marlins, and also against the Guardians, Verlander gave up at least 5 hits in each one of those starts. And in the last couple outings, he's been pretty solid. I mean, he did give up, he gave up 6 hits against the Pirates in the 3-1 loss that they had at home. But he only gave up 1 earned run in that one. He had put them in position to win. A good game by Verlander in that last outing prior to this one. 7 strikeouts, only 1 walk. And today, again, Verlander, pretty solid line. I mean, nothing that's going to blow you away. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, no earned runs, and 3 hits over 5 innings. But that ERA slowly dipping down. It's down to 4.29. And I told everybody, I shouted to the entire world, for all who would listen, that I was not confident that Verlander was going to figure it out this season. I did not expect him to have like a turnaround second half and just automatically start clicking and figure it out. But I do think that we've seen a lot more from him in the second half. I think his location's getting a lot better, and it just seems like he's not really pressing as much. Maybe Verlander continues to pitch decently well, and if he does, that's going to keep the Giants help keep the Giants, I should say, from completely falling off the cliff. I mean, if Verlander pitches well, that helps keep the Giants up around 500. And personally, I would like to see the team at least finish around 500. I would like to see them have some pride and passion in wearing the orange and black and continue to try to win games despite the bleak outlook of the franchise right now, at least for the rest of this season. You got to play with some passion. Right now you're playing to save Bob Melvin's job, in my opinion. So you got to show something if you want Bob Melvin to come back. Maybe they just don't have it in them to fight like that for Bob. So that's kind of what the rest of the year looks like to me. That's what I'll be looking for the rest of the season. Other than that, man, this is just going to continue to be a very painful process, a very mid team that just hurts to watch, man. Boy, am I glad that the one series the Giants win in recent weeks is the one series that I end up taking the weekend off. I guess it's a triple E thing, maybe I need to take some more weekends off for the Giants to win some more series. We'll see if we can manage that going forward. But that's all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Another painful loss for the Giants, 5-4 to the Pirates. And before we get on out here, we got to tell you that that's what you'll be talking about after this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And what you'll be talking about is what we were just talking about. The fact that the Giants for the rest of the season are playing for Bob Melvin's managerial life with the Giants. If they aren't able to show some kind of fight going down the stretch this season, even if they aren't going to make a playoff spot, you still got to show that you want to win it for Bob, that he can reach the guys in that clubhouse and that he can unite these people and get all these guys to come together and try to win and get behind the same common goal. And if you can't do that, he's got to go. He's got to go. It's as simple as that. And that's what you're going to be talking about after this one. Now, that is all the time that we got for you guys today here on the Locked On Giants postcast. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. I see all of you in the chat. Can't get to each and every one of you, but I love that all of you are tuning in. It's not a show without you guys, so appreciate each and every one of you. It's all the time that we got for you guys today on the Locked On Giants postcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.